wampa mielelo bakatika mkoshenu mwansalile shilafyalwa muwingi wa malamba mwansontele kanshigegekele samugulu
Bakuombele tatae
shimankangala
Bakuombele tatae
shimwilili kabilo akipeshamano kumuyandi anduma kabile bila munimbo kumuyandi anduma kabile bila munimbo mumatololona mufibolyani mwekabumba mumfimfi afinishani mwenyaliye mwefumu yasha mfumu kabumba mubulu wewewe kankutonde kabili kankukute
Bakuombele tatae
shimankangala
Bakuombele tatae
shimwilili
Bakuombele tatae
kabilo akipeshamano
Bakuombele tatae
kumuyandi anduma kabile bila munimbo kumuyandi anduma kabile bila munimbo ifumuyandi anduma kabile bila munimbo ifumuyandi anduma kabile bila munimbo deserves all the praise. This is my friend Rhoda. Hand for Rhoda, everybody.
Are you ready? You are the reason I praise. Baba, let me praise. Oh.
You are the reason I praise.
Chaka, chaka, chaka.
Let me praise. Oh.
And you are the reason I praise. Baba, let me praise. Oh.
You are the reason I praise.
Chaka, chaka. Are you ready?
Let me praise. Oh.
Yeah, you are the reason.
a lovely good morning. It is a second day of December. Yeah, it means the year is almost coming to a close. Yeah, all right. So it is a Monday, and of course, what happens on Monday? We are talking sports. Yeah, giving you those results and yeah, a bit of fixtures here and there. Yeah, so the weekend was upon us. And a lot of games were going on, be it in the EPL, and of course, the local league. The games were on. And of course, we also had two teams which were representing us in international games. We are talking about Zesco United and the sensational Zanaco, who were in the CAF Confederation and the CAF Champions League, which were on. And of course, Zesco United were in Angola, while sensational Zanaco were in DRC. Yeah? All right, so, and of course, yeah, just to bring it home, yeah. I'm not alone in the studio. Yeah, right. So forgive my bad manners a bit. Yeah. So I am yours truly, DJ Diplomat, and of course today I'm joined by One Stars.
Also at Stars FC. I own a team also.
I thought it's just a band.
No,
also on a team.
It's not just the music, also about football. So yeah, try to make things balanced,
Yeah, that's better. That's better. Yeah, all right. So that's the sport today, and of course joined by Mr. Stars, who's just added an FC right there, yeah, for football club.
That's just the band.
Yeah.
So maybe you can talk a bit about the local league.
Definitely.
What was going on during the weekend? What games played, and what was so interesting about it?
Of course, the highlight, we could say, the two teams which were competing in the CAF Confederations Cup and the CAF Champions League, talking about, Zesco United, were in Angola. And of course, they did us well. They didn't win, but they managed to draw. They drew 1-1 right there in Angola. And of course, what we are not expecting so much. Yeah, sorry to the Zanaco fans, but Zanaco were also in DRC, and of course, they also managed the 1-1 draw right there. Yeah, so those were the highlights, but definitely the other games were also on, and of course, there are some teams which are already, trying to fight, to see if they can survive the league, although it's still in the early stages, but yeah, there are some teams which are not have not really been doing so well. The likes of Nakambala Leopards, they have something here,
by the Sugars.
Yeah.
Looks like the sweet, the taste is slowly becoming bitter.
Yeah. The taste is maybe it's too high. So So the coach right there, Zedi Saileti, he says he believes all his team needs to do is to start picking up positive results. If they are to survive, relegation, and of course. Over the weekend, they were taking on Napsa Stars, and Napsa Stars at the moment is on fire. Yeah, so that game ended in a draw. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe it's positive so far, for Nakambala, since they're saying they need to pick up, positive results. Maybe that's the start of positive things for Nakambala right there. A draw, is a draw good enough?
It might be, but in looking at this, looks like it's not just them alone. Because the whole weekend, most of the games were just draw. We don't know what caused this. Could be Black Friday, maybe.
I tell you, it could be maybe, they went shopping and forgot, to go for training. Yeah, but a lot of games we had a lot of draws over the weekend. Some big games. Yeah, I could say the biggest game over the weekend, it was Nkana FC Kalampa. They were at home taking on Green Eagles, and of course that game was a tough one. And it ended in a 0-0 draw right there. And of course, Eagles are coming from another draw. The other week they drew with Zesco United. Yeah, so interesting game that one was, and of course. Maybe let me just give some results of some games that we are on. Red Arrows were taking on Kaiser. That this game was
Red Arrows is still around.
Arrows is around, yeah, and of course they were in Kabwe taking on Kabwe Youth Sports Academy, that's Kaiser, and of course that game ended 1-1. I followed that game. It was an interesting game, you know. Kaiser scored in the first half, you know, Amaro headed home, and of course it was good to see, you know, Red Arrows, the goalkeeper, you know, Danny Munyao, back in the team, and of course he was in full form. Yeah, so it was 1-0. Kaiser led the first half, and of course second half, you know, when they were thinking they will almost do it, then James Chamanga, Jemba. Yeah, you know, he plays for Arrows. He bounced, and of course he managed to get an equalizer for Arrows, so that game ended 1-1. Yeah, and of course Nkana 0, Green Eagles 0, Lumwana Radiants 0, Power Dynamos 1. What is
that one made the difference?
Yeah, what is interesting, you know, by Power Dynamos is that they've got a new coach in Pedi Mutapa and his assistant Masao Sotembo. So this was their first game, you know, after ditching
after the switch
from Forest. So this was the first game, and of course they managed to pick up maximum points, which is a positive thing, you know, when you're just joining a team.
Sure, the coach should be feeling good, and also the fans should be like, yeah, this is the one.
This is the coach, the right one. All right, so the other game, Kabwe Warriors managed to beat Mighty Mufulila Wanderers to a tune of 2-1. Definitely things not good for Mighty. We've seen, you know, they're not picking up those points, and of course they are not Mighty anymore.
Looks like they are dropping their morale slowly.
Yeah, so those are some of the games which were in the local league, and of course now which brings me to the, you know, Zesco and Zanaco games. So Zesco United opened their Group A campaign in the CAF Champions League on a positive note as they held Angolan hosts Premier de Gusto to a 1-1 draw. Interesting.
So that one was a fair one. Everybody walked away happy, or maybe feeling sad.
At least for the Angolan team, obviously, you know, they're feeling a bit sad because you know, they had Zesco's number. Yeah, so now things have changed this time, you know, Zesco managing to pick up a point from that side. I'm sure when, you know, that team comes here, Zesco must do a number on them, yeah, so just to
make sure that they carry all the points. Yeah,
because that team has been giving, you know, us a bit of problems, you know, and they've managed to beat Zesco. They managed to eliminate Green Eagles, so they've been a bit of a problem. Yeah,
hopefully this time around, this is the beginning of the change.
Definitely, it looks like it's the beginning of the change. And of course, sensational Zanaco in GRC, home of Fils Wenda. Yeah, of course, it was 10-man Zanaco. You know, they made a good start away in their 2019-2020 CAF Confederation Cup Group B campaign on a Sunday after drawing with DC Motema Pembe in Kinshasa. So yeah, it was a 1-1 draw, but you know, sensational Zanaco had a man sent off, you know, for a second bookable offense. So Zanaco played most of the, you know, the second half with 10 men, but
they managed to survive.
Yeah, they managed to survive and come back with a draw, you know. 1-1, which is
fair enough, huh?
Yeah, it is good. It is very good, you know, managing to pick some points away from home. It is good. So if they come home, all they need to do is you know, make the most out of the home games, and they'll be home and dry.
Okay. Or maybe just before we close, we can have a look at the results that were on during the weekend for the Premier League, Spanish, and also the Italian League. Okay, so maybe I'll start with the Premier League. So it's still the same. It's not just here in our local football. So coming back to the Premier League, we still see the draws, you know, popping up again. Okay, so we have Norwich was playing against Arsenal, and this one ended 2-2. So again, we had Wolves versus Sheffield United. Again, this was a 1-1 draw, and again we had Leicester City and also Everton. At least this one there was a difference, so it was a 2-1, so in favor of Leicester City. And we had also Man United playing against Aston Villa. Again, that one was a solid rock, so 2-2.
Just on that one, you know, the coach, Manchester United boss, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, suggests his side got what they deserved against Aston Villa. Said United were poor for the entire first half, but managed to get themselves a level through, you know, Marcus Rashford, always the savior.
Even the coach knows.
Even the coach knows, you know, the coach knows that right now he's walking on thin ice. And kumveka Karuma, this guy who was at Tottenham, you know, he's hovering around. So obviously, he might find himself at United. Maybe things can change there
a little bit. Okay, so again, coming back to the Spanish Liga, we had Sevilla playing against Leganes, and this was a one win. This was 1-0. And Sevilla won the game. And also we had Bilbao playing Granada, and this one was a 2-0 win. So we had Bilbao going with a win, and also Espanyol playing against Osasuna. Like Osasuna. Huh? I wonder if these guys know what the team of the name of the team, what it means here.
They would know if they know they come in Lusaka, and of course that will not be fair if you are eating somebody tells you Osasuna.
So Osasuna went away with a win. This was a 4-2 win. And Getafe playing against Levante. This was I think was the biggest win in La Liga. This was 4-0. So Getafe walked away with a win. And going back to Italian league, not so much in this league, but ever since Leonardo moved to the Italian league, so it's gaining momentum at the moment. And Juventus drew against Sassuolo. Okay, this was a 2-2. Okay, this was a 2-2 draw. And also Inter Milan won against Spal. This was a 2-1. And Lazio. Now again, we're coming back to our local names again. Okay, that one, we won't mention what it means. Okay, so Lazio playing against Udinese, and this was a 3-0 win. And Lazio walked away with a win. And also we had Parma playing against AC Milan, and AC Milan managed to walk away with a win. This was a 1-0 win. And Napoli playing against Bologna, and Bologna at least managed to walk away with a win. There was a 2-1 win against Napoli. And we had Verona playing against Roma, and Roma won. That was a 3-1 win. So yeah, these are the results that we had during the weekend, but looks like most of them were just, you know, like ended up in the draw result.
Yeah, most of them looks like, you know, they ended up in the draw, which is not too good, but not bad again.
At least you walk away with 1 point.
Yeah, at least you pick up 1 point rather than 0 completely. So I've been seeing, you know, the likes of Lukaku at Inter, you know, is doing well. Huh?
Yeah, so I think maybe that's what they're lacking after selling Lukaku. Now they are leaning on one man army, Rashford.
Yeah, Marcus Rashford doing you know, doing things for Man U, but definitely not things. It's not happening so well.
You just can't rely on one man. Definitely, they need at least another player to put up some energy just there to help Rashford. Otherwise, maybe by the end of the day, Rashford might say, this is too much for me.
Or if he gets injured, then things will be bad. All right. So it looks like we have run out of time. So we need to say our goodbyes. Any last words before we?
Well, just looking forward to at least now, I don't know, a lot of teams will be going on a break. Yeah, the Christmas season. So Before they go on the break, I think just looking forward to see the last games, and also I'm sure it will be interesting to see the teams coming back after a holiday. I'm sure they will be. We don't know whether they will be in more, like in form, or maybe they will come back feeling tired, from the week, from the holiday.
Yeah.
So just that, I think.
All right, yeah, so I want to say thank you very much to each and everyone who's been glued. Until we come back on Monday with more sports results. Yeah, for now, we are out.